He behaved like an animal.
How often do we hear a person use that phrase to describe someone who has been violent or abusive? Moreover, how often do we refer to animals as stupid or dumb? And farm animals have the worst of it. We imagine they have neither intelligence, sensitivity, nor feelings. Yet, as you will see, these old attitudes no longer fit what we now know about animals. Did you know, for instance, that pigs can use computer joysticks? That hens can learn from watching TV? The nearest many of us come to farm animals is in the supermarket, where we buy their meat, milk, and eggs. Others of us see farm animals only at the end of their lives. Very few of us stop to think about how they were treated or on what they were fed during their lifetimes. Nor do we realize how our buying power can directly affect the quality of their lives. This hen has spent her whole life living in a small cage. She has never seen the sun, the soil, or even a blade of grass. Yet, despite a life of deprivation, she has quickly learned how to navigate this obstacle course in order to get to a nest box. The computer won't open the door until she pecks 3 times. Driven by a powerful instinct to lay her egg in a nest, she has to use her intelligence. In this feeding experiment, the hen has learned from watching television in which bowl to find food. Even when offered a yellow bowl, she goes for the red one, as seen on TV. What about pigs? This is Hamlet. He's amazed animal psychologists by learning a computer game designed for chimpanzees. Hamlet has to move the cursor into the blue area around the screen. When he does, he gets a sweet. Can other animals do this? Lex, a Jack Russell dog, is willing, but even after a year, he hasn't quite got the hang of it and needs help. Hamlet can do it without help and can learn to distinguish between different shapes. In the outside world, occasionally pigs get the chance to display their intelligence. The following reconstruction enacts a true and remarkable rescue story.
When she heard the scream of the boy, she quite naturally swam directly to him.
We can grab it!
The boy grabbed her harness and they both went under twice before she got her swimming stroke, but she knew that it was either do or die. If she didn't get that swimming stroke, that she too would drown.
It seems that pigs are far from stupid. So, are farm animals just there to give us meat, milk, and eggs? Or are they living, breathing, thinking, and feeling creatures? How have we come to treat farm animals so differently from the way we treat our pets? Farms used to be run by families, and everyone got to know all the animals. But in the last 50 years, the world has been committed to increasing the production of farm animals to provide more eggs, more meat, and more milk at cheaper prices. As a result, farming has been transformed into an industry called intensive or factory farming. Laying hens suddenly found themselves in the factory farm, the battery system. Each battery cage allows less floor space per hen than the area of an A4 piece of paper. And pigs' lives suddenly went from this to this. Inside this mass production shed, thousands of broiler or meat chickens live crammed together. The factory system is designed to make them grow as quickly as possible, making meat more plentiful and cheaper. In addition, they have been selectively bred to put on weight very quickly. The chicken on the left is a normal-sized egg layer. The chicken on the right is a broiler, selectively bred for meat. They grow much faster, putting on weight at an extraordinary rate. Because of selective breeding, they'll be ready for slaughter in no time at all. Their lives are at most just 7 weeks from hatching to slaughter. But putting on weight this fast has its consequences. The body gets too big for the legs. The legs can collapse under the strain. Thousands of chickens are painfully crippled by the time they reach their slaughter weight. This bird is very thirsty, but can't stay upright long enough to drink what he needs. Many scientists now believe that animals kept in close confinement are so bored and frustrated that they are literally driven to the edge of insanity. Humans, too, pay a huge price for plentiful, low-cost animal products. A recent survey conducted at the University of the Western Cape on a random sample of chickens supplied as cheap food to residents of Kailicha, an informal settlement near Cape Town, had all been extensively dosed with antibiotics while still on the factory farm. Crowded, stressful conditions encourage outbreaks of disease. However, the extensive use of antibiotics in animal feed can have major implications for human health. Because of pressure from organizations such as Compassion in World Farming, as well as pressure from consumers, Britain and Europe have begun to ban these cruel systems of confinement for farm animals. Veal crates for calves, now banned in the UK. Sow stalls, now banned in the UK. Battery cages for laying hens, banned throughout the European Union as from 2012. The South African branch of Compassion in World Farming recently commemorated World Farm Animal Day in Kailicha. An abundance of plant-based traditional African cuisine was served. Member of Parliament Nokuzola Mdenda was guest speaker. She appealed for a return to traditional African values, where meat is not consumed in vast quantities every day.
With us, we don't slaughter any time. There is a reason, a serious reason for slaughtering. And we don't slaughter every day or even every month and so on and so on. We respect life. How many animals are killed in abattoirs on a daily basis, and there is no outcry? We know that you don't get protein only in meat. You get protein even in some vegetables. So that is why I'm saying, if we're talking about respect for life of an animal, African culture respects that. Let us be proud of being ourselves.